Hey. I'm just going to share the link. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so cold. I've just got back and the heating hasn't kicked in yet. Share on the page. Okay. All shared. The link is out there. So, hey, hello. Welcome to the Thursday stream. Hope the audio is okay. Hope the lighting is okay as well. So hi. Yeah, I do this stream every Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. and you can watch on my YouTube channel at that time, roughly. I go live and you can ask questions. You can call in. You can call in through Skype, and my Skype address is Rebekah Maroon. You can speak to me that way, or you can write a message through Skype or through the chat. So yeah, you could send it by email too, but I tend to forget to check them or forget to read them, so it's best to send it through Skype or through the chat, really. Yeah. And I'm a little bit tired this evening, so just to forewarn you, yeah, I'm tired. So when I'm tired, I have a speech disorder and I have a language disorder. So when I'm tired, they're more not extreme, but they're more an issue. So when I'm tired, my speech can be a bit more difficult. My language can be difficult to order and line up and say. So just to warn you, if you do call in, then we can take it nice and slow. And yeah, just enjoy each other. Who needs words? We do. Okay, so welcome. I'm wearing a hat and a scarf because I'm freezing cold, and I've just come in, so I'm gonna keep it on for a little bit until the room warms up a bit more. So yeah, let's go. Ding 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 ding. Round one. Not really. Also, if I'm tired as well, I can get a bit childish, so a bit drunk if I'm tired as well. So just to warn you ahead of time. I can get a bit silly if I'm tired as well. So. So I had a great title this afternoon about 3 o'clock. This great title came for the talk this evening, and as always, just forget it. Just gone. I can't remember what it was. So yeah. Instead, a new title has come, which is "No One's Doing." Let me just check. Yeah, no one's doing. Yeah, so it seems that human suffering is primarily around believing thoughts, being identified with the thinking. So humans have this faculty of thinking, this ability of abstraction, this ability for words and sounds to be spoken without being spoken. So in the head, an abstraction of language. And what that has seemed to create is, in that abstraction, in that language, is a object called me, like a self-referential thought. And this seems to be the seed of suffering. This ability that humans have to have this self-referencing, to have this idea of me, this feeling of me, of someone, which seems to be a language-based thing, a mental thing. As part of our evolution, as part of our development as humans, with our complicated language. It's quite a complicated process producing language. I was talking to a speech therapist recently, and my son's having speech therapy, and we were discussing how language is created, how complicated it actually is, all the parts that the brain has to do and link up and then finally produce muscle movements to create the sound. It's quite a complex thing. What was I saying? Yeah, it's really, really complex. But that isn't the point, really. The point is that who we believe we are is an idea in thought. It's an idea in language. And we believe we are this one central person, this one central thought. That is who we are. That is us. Like we're a solid, permanent entity, a solid, permanent thing, a solid, permanent idea. But actually, if you listen to some of the thoughts, they're kind of crazy. They're very crazy. They're all over the place. You could say they're different voices. They're different people. They're different, different voices, different stories being spoken, vying for the central position. And it's constantly changing, what mood you're in, what environment you're in, who you're with. The voices are always like changing and vying for position. So it's kind of like schizophrenia, really, like being all these different voices. But we don't talk about that. We kind of keep that all private. We keep our insanity private. And we poke and judge everyone else for their insanity. So what is being proposed, suggested, implied here is that there isn't anyone there. Like there isn't anyone there, that those voices, those thoughts don't equate to someone. There isn't a central person in the midst of that who is like a permanent, actual, real person thinking these different thoughts. We believe we are an actual solid person, and we report as if we are an actual solid person, a consistent person, and that's not true. That isn't the way it is. There are habits, there are conditioning, there are responses happening, there are feelings and stories and behaviors happening, but none of that belongs to or makes up an actual person. It's a total dream that is someone, that you are in that mix, that you are someone in that. It's a total dream. That you have a position. And so this is pointing out the freedom that you are, the freedom that this is, that this doesn't belong to a storyline. It doesn't belong to who you think you are, who you feel you are, who you know you are. It doesn't belong to that dream language. Is my volume okay? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, this is pointing to a freedom beyond any possible imagination that the mind could produce and project. We really feel like we could attain freedom through experience. So if we just get the next car or better car, or if we just get the home, if we just get this new outfit, if we just get a child, a baby, if we just change our wardrobe, if we just get that job, if we just I won't say that. I was going to say something, but I won't. Bit controversial to say. I've been listening lots to the trans debate, and it's interesting to hear the other side of it. I can see both sides of it. I won't go into that too much, but so we believe wholeheartedly, if we can just sort out our human experience and perfect in our minds what perfection is, our human experience, then we will get there. We will get to freedom. We will get to happiness. We will get to peace in this human experience, which is absolutely crazy to think, but that's the way the mind thinks. It's all it really has to think. If I just get to this, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be there, wherever there is this sense of joy and freedom and rest. But that's such a crazy thing to believe, because this is a movement, a changeful flux. It can't be static and still. You can't get to there and then I'm there, I'm now going to stay here, because you can't, because this is a moving flow. So it's impossible in a way to find rest in form. like holding a sandcastle and it's falling to pieces in your fingers. You can't hold on to experience. Which can sound quite, I can imagine it being quite sad maybe to hear that, like, oh, I can't get it in form, I can't arrive in this experience ever. It's not for me, it's not for my experience to ever get there. It can be a sad thing to hear, and that's okay. But then going beyond that, going deeper into it, it's actually a wonderful celebration, because what's being pointed to is that is here. That which is you imagine is there in time, in future, in getting there, is actually here. It's actually beyond you getting there. It's here. It already is beyond you, beyond time. It's timeless, which is a freaking celebration, but not for you in your storyline. It's a celebration beyond you, as in beyond that character, beyond that mental mind-made character. But when the blinkers are on, all that can be seen is just character, just human. And so it feels like, it just feels quite frustrating maybe, or sad, because there's no seeing beyond that limitation. But the freedom is here. The freedom never moves. It never changes. That is a celebration. That is a celebration. Not one thing needs to change. It does and it will, but nothing needs to change in terms of freedom, in terms of peace, in terms of love, in terms of mystery, in terms of unconditional. Nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to happen. It's free. So the human can change, the human can grow and seemingly develop and be more in alignment with peace, be more in alignment with joy, be more in alignment with love, be more in alignment with freedom. The character can become more like that. But that's not what's being spoken about ultimately. It could be like the other side of the coin, like the other half of the coin. Like you have the absolute, and then you have the seeming relative, which aren't two, but in trying to talk about them, we'll say the absolute and the seeming relative, which are totally not separate. But the absolute, this collapsing of this dream, or not collapsing, but this waking up, or this recognition of that which is already awake, that freedom. And then the human experience becoming more in line with that, becoming more in line with that. So the absolute is lived through being human. through being animal, through being tree, through being chair. Through being firework. Where's my water? So no one's doing, eh? No one's doing. Okay, maybe that's it. Let's see if any questions come through. I'll see you on Thursday. Hi, Live Fenderman 2. Oh, it's Steve. Let me use my mobile data. Oh, accept. I'll see you on Thursday. Hi, Steve. It is Thursday. Hello. Okay. Okay. I'll just put on the chat. Hello, thanks for the chat. Oh, we have a question. I'll just put on the chat and then I'll respond to your question. Live chatty. Sian Smith. I feel the silliness. Oh. Did I do it? Yeah, I did it. Why didn't it? It's not giving me a save. Oh, changes saved. I think it's running slow or something. So, okay, it's done already. Changes saved. Okay, go back to the thing. It's not showing. That's bizarre. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Oh well, back to Skype. Back to old trusty Skype, eh? I tried to get more hip. I tried to be more sociable and more hip, but it didn't work. YouTube says no. Okay, we'll stick with Skype. Sebastian, hi Sebastian. I'd like to add you on Skype. Accept. Hello, thanks for the chat. Oh, it's so cold. When will the searching end? Is there a guarantee for it to end? Thanks, Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. Sebastian. That's a nice name, Sebastian. When will the searching end? Is there a guarantee for it to end? The searching will search for as long as it does. It will happen for as long as it happens. The problem is you believe that that is your business. You believe that story of it being your business. So this one saying, when's it going to end? You know, when it's to end or whatever. I'm assuming it's impatient and it's fed up of it and tired of it and frustrated with it. But there's a belief in that one. So that voice feels very true and very honest and very real. That is me. That's my voice. That's my opinion, feeling. But that has to be looked at. That has to be looked at. Like, who is this one who's tired of this searching? Who wants the searching to end? Is that somebody? Is that, who is this me? Who is this person that is sitting here waiting for this searching to end? So we always think that the questioner is real, but the question is answerable and important. We want the question answered, but we don't want to look at the questioner. Like, we don't want to look at that questioner. You believe it so much, that questioner. You believe that central figure so much that what it's saying is true, that what it's saying is meaningful. But yeah, to answer that question, who knows? The seeking and the searching will happen until it stops happening, until there's a satisfactory a feeling of satisfaction, like there's been a discovery of something that is satisfying. There'll be a seeking in all kinds of things, and it kind of has to happen, really, a deep playing it all out, a deep seeking, like really going for it, really seeking all the things you feel is going to give you something, a real shopping spree, really going for it, trying to get all these different things you believe will satisfy. That's what happened here, a real trying to get all these things that, and it isn't even conscious, but there's this seeking to try and get all these things. But in that attempting to get all these things, there's a exhaustion that happens, or like a seeing through the futility of it, a seeing how they aren't satisfying anything, they aren't it. The things, the feelings, the thoughts, the ideas, the experiences, the joys, the highs, the pleasures, they aren't it. But in a way, there has to be this seeking for them. To see that, like a rich person, they have to I've heard someone, only a rich person can really see that money isn't it, because they have it. They've really seeked, I don't know, and they've really had it. So they've been able to buy what they want and do what they want and experience all the highs, the pleasures of life, and to see that they're still not satisfied. They're temporary pleasures. That can't possibly be it. That can't possibly be satisfying. So what else can they seek for? Intellectual knowledge. It must be in that. And so the learning and the acquiring more and more knowledge. And that will happen until it's finished. Until it's seen. Until it's seen that what you are isn't a thing, isn't an object, isn't a thing, isn't an experience. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Is that right? Hallelujah. That sounds weird. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's it. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hallelujah. 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 Yeah. What an amazing, 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 amazing thing. So yeah, it stops when it stops. It ends when it ends. And what is revealed is this. This. What is revealed is this pure innocence, this pure brilliance, this pure immaculateness that you are. This nakedness. Yummy, 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 yummy. Thank you, Sebastian. That's a really nice name, Sebastian. Sebastian. Yeah, 4 syllables. Sebastian. Very nice. Thank you. Bonsoir, Titana. I don't really do French anymore. I've kind of given up on French. I'm doing Spanish more than French now, but Spanish is so much easier than, I love French, but Spanish is so much easier than the French. Or maybe the French helped me to get my head around how it's structured, but yeah, Spanish seems to be really easier than French. I tried to do a bit of Swahili. That is so different. I'm used to the Roman, Latin languages, but Swahili is just so like, wow, it's completely different. It's really thrown me off. Wow, it's so, yeah, it's just different. The sounds are different. So it's really alien. Yeah, bonsoir, Becca. Hey, merci. Ah, merci, mon ami. I can't think of anything else. I learned so much of it over the years, and I just can't seem to produce it. Can't produce it on demand. Je parle français. Pasque. Pasque. Can't remember it now. It's despite fully. Oh, sorry. It's despite the suffer. It's despite the suffer. Explosive life fully. It's despite the suffer. I'm not sure what that means. It's despite the suffer. Explosive life fully. Explosive life. Oh, you mean like life is despite the sufferer? There's explosive life. There's fullness of life, which doesn't belong to anyone. It's okay. It's okay. English is very hard as well. I've heard. I'm sure it is. I mean, I find it difficult. I find it difficult, and I'm born here. I'm born in Swansea, which is Wales, not England, but still. I didn't learn Welsh when I was growing up. I learnt Anglais. I really love this language idea, but I just can't seem to. I don't think I'll ever actually learn a whole language. It's just I'd have to move and live in another country, I think. Je suis désolé. Yeah. Yeah, but even like with the sufferer, with the suffering, life is free. Life is life. The suffering is the dream of that attachment, identification. There isn't someone suffering. There isn't someone suffering. There's freedom and there's suffering appearing. And the suffering is due to this identification that happens in language, identification with language, with dreams of a person. So this is like a ripping the clothes off of that, a ripping off and putting the spotlight on that, speaking about it, amplifying it, really laying it out there naked, bringing it out of the subconscious, speaking about it. Which I feel it needs to be spoken about. It's wonderful how this is spreading and it's being spoken about. When you go on YouTube, like there's so many debates happening. There's so much like debates on this side and then this side, and it's people. I love actually how the other argument comes out against that, and then another one comes out. It's just amazing how you can't have any position. They're all being challenged. It's quite amazing actually, but it's really stuck in the mind, stuck in left and right, stuck in identity politics, and it's just stuck in this kind of left against the right, and it's this is definitely needed to be speaking outside of that, to be speaking about freedom, really, to be speaking about an alternative to that. Bon repose et bon fin de semaine. I know bon good weekend, bon repose. Is that good answer? And good weekend. Merci, Titania. I can read French more than I can spontaneously speak it. I can read it quite well. Well, I say quite well. I can read it like maybe okay, pretty good. Yeah. Don't test me though. Thank you, Titana. I want to call you Titania, but it's not. It's Titania. Titania from that Shakespeare thing, Midsummer Night's Dream, I think. Titania. The first pronunciation is right. Well, what was the first one? Oh, Titana. Titana? Was that the first one? Yes, Titana. Mm. Oh, I got that wrong then. Bon repos is when you are tired. Ah, good. Good rest, maybe in English. Have a good rest. Yes. Good rest. Oh no. Love you, and love as usual. This rendezvous with love. Avec love. Yeah. Rendezvous. That's a nice word. Rendezvous. But bonsoir et à la prochaine. Oh. See you next Thursday. Oh, lots of love to you. I thought Sebastian was writing, but you stopped writing, I think, now. Yeah, maybe you stopped writing. Okay. Lovely YouTubers. Oh, now he's writing again. Maybe he's writing to a friend or something. It's nothing to do with me. He's writing to somebody else. Oh, no. Yes, I was writing. How arrogant of me. So there's talk of me doing a talk in London in December. It's not definite. We're still trying to sort stuff out. So I shall let you know nearer the time. I'm searching for the right question. Oh, yeah. You mean the right question or the right words for your question? If it's the right words for your question, then I understand that. But if it's searching for the right question, then there is no right question. In the same way, there is no right response. Right question. Okay, thanks. Yeah. There is simply a question. There is simply a response. Neither a right or wrong. Neither are more important than the other. They're interdependent. Is that the word? Interlinked. Okay, yes. Okay. Lovely peeps. Yeah. Have a lovely weekend. And yeah. Yeah. Have a lovely weekend. Okay. Bye.